The Eagles and Packers opening the season together. Aaron Rodgers, so many people expecting him to have an MVP-type season. Yeah. Kevin Cobb, what to expect out of this guy who's starting in place of Donovan McNabb full-time for the first time, and he looked lost for much of the game, and then Clay Matthews knocks Cobb from the game. Suffered a concussion on that play. Matthews was all over Cobb throughout the first half.
Watch him wrap both arms and clutch and just drive him into the turf.
Face in the dirt.
Next Packers possession after they wipe the sod and loosen the jaw up on Cobb. Here is Rodgers to Greg Jennings for an 8-yard gain. And Stuart Bradley comes up woozy from this as well. They're play-calling linebackers, Steve.
Boom. Yeah, this hurts now. He's going to try to come back in, but he's going to be hurt. These are two very hard-hitting defenses now. We got to keep that in mind. Made it rough on all the quarterbacks.
Well, Bradley left the game, as you can see. He was on Queer Street right there, and then he left the game with a concussion as well. And later on, after Bradley finally got up, it is Donald Driver in the end zone. 10-3 Packers, who led at half 13-3, and then Michael Vick starts the second half, and the first play from scrimmage, Vick does
what Vick does.
A 23-yard scramble here.
Yeah, nobody else in the league can run around like this at quarterback. Michael Vick's got some magic legs.
And 2 plays later, just when you thought Old Mo was wearing a green shirt, Eldra Buckley puts the ball on the turf as Charles Woodson makes another defensive play.
And that's why he just received the contract extension, because he can play the pass as well as the run.
That led to a Packers touchdown. It's 20-3 when Vick does.
What Vick do? Get him go.
31 yards down to the 2. Maybe he should step out of bounds.
That's not Michael Vick. He takes those type of games. He's built for that.
2 plays later, LaShawn McCoy up the gut, and it's a 10-point game. But the Packers get the ball back and in quality field position, because the return team for the Packers had quite the day. It's Rodgers to Jennings again, this one for a touchdown, 32 yards. It's a 17-point lead for the Packers, but here comes the Eagles with Michael Vick now slinging it to Brent Selleck.
That's a perfect throw over the top of the linebacker in between the safeties.
That was Selleck's first catch of the day. 5 plays later, Vick to Jeremy Maclin. Touchdown, 10-point game again.
That was a great route on the outside, Rich.
Next Packers possession, 3rd and 13. Rodgers is picked.
I don't know who he was.
A little bit wet. I think that ball got away from him. It slipped out of his hand. Here we go. We have a ball game.
Nate Allen with the pick. Eagles get the ball back. 3rd and 9. Vick calls McCoy up to the bridge. Here's LaShawn, 27 yards, weaving his way through the Packers defense inside the 10-yard line. 3 plays later, Vick, pressure, scrambling. I thought he was going to run this one in, Dion.
Yeah, he should have ran it.
Go.
He should have ran it in.
Instead, he tries to force it in, and the Eagles have to settle for a field goal. Packers get the ball back. 3rd and 7. Eagles out of timeouts, and they get a break because the pass can't be completed to Jennings. Packers forced to punt. Eagles with a chance. 4 minutes to go. Vick does.
What Vick do?
16 yards. Vick goes over 100 yards rushing for the 9th time in his career. 4 plays later, Vick cannot do what he does on 4th and 1. And that is the way the Packers finally hold on to win 27-20. Sean Hill getting the start in place of the injured Matthew Stafford, and Kevin Cobb concussed and out. That's time for Mike. So, Michael Vick, as I said, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns. His first win as a starter since 2006. And after the game, Andy Reid said his starter next week against Jacksonville in Florida is Kevin Cobb.
His career, and Andy Reid had no choice but to insert him as the starting quarterback ahead of a healthy Kevin Cobb. And here is why, Dion.
Look at that kind of time. You can't give Vick that kind of time, and a receiver like Deshaun say, hold it up, baby. These guys are going to be together for quite some time. Nice
61 yards right there, and Cobb, good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that was phony.
Come on.
That was phony.
End of the first half here, Vick. All day.
He's staying in the pocket.
Yeah.
Shoots it in there at the pylon for a touchdown.
He finds Jeremy Maclin right there for the touchdown. Eagles on top 14-3, 3rd quarter. And David Garrard had a rough day. Looking for Mike Sims-Walker. Picked off by Asante Samuel.
Yeah, that ball hung in there way too long. What a difference when you see Mike Vick ball fly out of his hands and that ball David Garrard.
Garrard was sacked 6 times. Vick Going back to Macklin.
Oh, my God.
On a rope.
Yeah, he had to throw that in there hard before the safety got there. He's got enough arm to do that.
Vick's third TD pass of the game. The Eagles pouring it on right here. Vick off his back foot.
50 yards off his back leg.
Deshaun Jackson pulls it down after a gain of 42. Big day for Jackson, 153 yards, and now Vick.
Oh, yeah.
Do what you do, Mike
He
Vick.
can still do
Special
this.
right here. It's the first time he's had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in the same game. Eagles win it big.
From Syracuse, number 5, Donovan McNabb.
They should have.
And then they booed him. They cheered him and
Yeah,
then they
they
booed him.
should.
Well, that's the proper way. That's the proper way.
That's what they do.
So Donovan McNabb was set up by a nice punt return on his first series as a Redskin in Philadelphia, and Ryan Terrain pops it in from 12 yards out, and that's how McNabb got the early lead. Next possession, play action.
Oh, he'd like to have this one back. He's wide open down the sideline.
His fault. The guy needs to keep running down the field.
The guy being Fred Davis, so he tries his other tight end, and that works. Chris Cooley, 6 plays after Fred Davis can't corral on the pass. It's Chris Cooley. Redskins up 14-0. What a start for Donovan McNabb. As for Michael Vick, pressured.
That's the Vick I know.
Well, unfortunately, the flag that you saw flying on the screen makes this play a moot point, and then adding injury to that insult, Vick comes up hurting as he is Malachi crunched by
his buddy,
former
Virginia
teammate.
Tech.
And MRI's coming on Monday on his ribs and clavicle. He is done for the day. That means Kevin Cobb, after all, does go toe-to-toe with Donovan McNabb, who's up 14-3, going up top to Anthony Armstrong, who corrals it and then trips over his own foot.
This is a blown coverage. The safety was influenced by Chris Cooley on that play.
And that led to a Redskins field goal. A minute to go in the half. LaShawn McCoy stopped just short of the goal line. The booth buzzes down to see if that was the correct call, and it was. Andy Reid called a 30-second timeout after the review, and then when he comes out of the timeout, he notices the ball is not on the inch line, but it's 5 yards back because Kevin Cobb comes out with 10 seconds left on the play clock. They were called for delay of game.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, Rich.
And so the Eagles have to settle for a field goal instead of going for the touchdown on 4th and inches. And Andy Reid, after the game, said he took full responsibility for that. It was a crucial sequence in this game in which Kevin Cobb was captain check down.
Check down. Which means that no one's open downfield. I can't find a receiver, so I'm going to throw it to my guys underneath.
LaShawn McCoy being one of the guys underneath. And then 6 plays later with 4 minutes to go in this game, finally a touchdown for the Eagles. It's Brent Selleck in the end zone. They go for 2, don't get it, so they're down 5. One timeout left. McNabb,
he can still run now.
Picks up the big, huge first down with his legs. Vintage McNabb.
Probably want to stay in bounds there. Hook side a little bit. Keep the clock moving.
6 plays later, Ryan Terrain found the terrain a little tough right there, up the middle. Stopped short on 3rd down, so the Redskins do punt the ball away. And Kevin Cobb, with no timeouts left, has got a shot at things, except he really could not move the ball down the field very well.
Period.
McNabb, with 30 ticks left to go, has Kevin Cobb finding Deshaun Jackson, who flips it.
Trickery.
Get out of bounds.
He flips it to LaShawn McCoy, who's shoved out of bounds. And then the next play, Cobb, no time left, to the end zone. The ball hits his receiver in the hands, but it's picked by D'Angelo Hall. And that's the way McNabb's a winner in his return to Philly.
And show you the highlights between the Eagles and the Niners. So it's Kevin Cobb. He is your starting quarterback. Mike Singletary and company, they are just looking for their first victory of the year. First quarter, Alex Smith looking like Joe Montana.
Yeah, when he has time to throw now, he can spin it.
Hold on there, friend. Watch your mouth. Don't go there.
And then it's Alex Smith to Michael Crabtree. But Brodney was on fire in this first drive. 11th play of the drive here, 2nd and goal, and it's Smith to Crabtree.
She started her last game right down the field, scored a touchdown with the first 15.
Face that ball only where Crabtree can get it.
49ers on top, 7-0. The Eagles, though, come right back. Kevin Cobb on the rollout. Brent Selleck wide open.
Somebody busted the coverage here now. You can't get that wide open as a tight end.
You got to have a strong arm to make that throw, though.
And Deshaun Jackson here on a 3rd and 3 out of the Wildcat. And with that speed, picks up the first down on the 15-yard line. 10th play of the drive, and it's Cobb. Buys a little time.
Nice. Mobility.
And then he finds Selleck, who gets in for the 8-yard touchdown.
Very well done.
Game tied up at 7. Second quarter, Eagles on top 10-7. And here we go. Kevin Cobb trying to form relationships with his skill players. There it is to Deshaun Jackson, 20 yards.
Cobb is settling in, starting to really play a pretty good quarterback position.
And LaShawn McCoy playing with that crack rib, 29 yards there. So the Eagles seemingly in control.
Not too crack to dance.
17-7. Fourth quarter, 49ers down 17-10. Smith to Josh Morgan, 16 yards.
I'm hurt, but I can dance.
Third play of the drive. It is Smith rolling to his left, and he loses the football. Quentin Michael recovers, and Michael's gone.
When you see this play, it was blitz. Now, he had to play. He had to receiver, open to the right. He just got to stand in and throw the ball. Mike Singletary was all over him out there.
And these are the kinds of mistakes that if you're a franchise quarterback, you can't make.
You can. And if you're going to leave the pocket like this and you're going to throw it out of bounds or throw it away, you got to do it a little sooner than that so you don't run into trouble.
You can't run towards the blitz, Coach. That was the blitz side.
All right, so the 49ers get it back on a 3rd and 10. It's Smith to Crabtree, but it's incomplete. So
Bluebirds are out right now,
David Carr getting on the phone, huh?
Mike says, I'm giving you one more drive, Alex.
You're going to get me fired.
He answered the bell. He answered the bell. He had some thick skin on this drive.
And here
well
it is.
done. Pow.
Lays it in there beautifully for Vernon Davis, 36 yards.
A play that they ran all of last year real well, just starting to hit it this year.
Smith to Davis again, and Singletary says, thank you.
Thank you, son.
That's right. 49ers, they cut that lead to 24-17. They get it back, 27-17. Smith to Crabtree gets the first down. 2:51 left. It's Smith getting away from the rush to Crabtree.
That's what the receivers have to help this young kid.
2:06 left, 3rd and goal. It is Smith who lays it out for Frank Gore. And the 49ers now just down 3, 27-24. And so the Eagles, they can put it away if they pick up a first down.
Go get it. Go get
Kevin Cobb to McCoy, but he drops down before he gets a first.
He must not have known where that down marker was. He needed 2 more yards.
So here it is, 3rd and 2, and Cobb incomplete, looking for Selleck. And McCoy and Marty Morningwig having a conversation on the sideline. So the Niners with the last chance. Smith to Vernon Davis.
There's that play again. Now it's rolling.
Very physical, built like a tree.
Takes a shot but holds on. 3rd and 10 now. It is Smith looking for Crabtree, but it is picked off by Lindley.
Sooner or later, that blitz of the Eagles will get to the quarterback.
So the Eagles go to San Francisco, and they get a tough victory on the road. They win it 27-24. Kevin Cobb, 21 of 31, 253 yards and a touchdown. He did not turn the football over. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers, they fall to 0-5.
The Giants are now suddenly 4-2 with 3 straight wins. Kevin Cobb with his 2nd consecutive start in place of the injured Michael Vick. This one went better than Cobb's last. An end around of Deshaun Jackson, 31-yard score for Jackson, putting the Eagles on top. And what's he doing here?
I got to call my kids. I don't even know that.
Ensuing possession for the Eagles. Cobb's play action up top to Deshaun Jackson, who gets in the end zone again. 34-yard score.
Get him the ball. You hand it to him, you throw it to him, you punt it to him. He needs the ball in his hands.
Except when Dante Robinson is circling around him, as he was right here.
This is scary.
Out and listen.
This is a clean hit. He led with the shoulders first. The referees get all out of shape and call flags, and they're penalized on the play. Both guys are taken off the field, but this is truly a clean hit.
Neither guy would return. There's Deshaun Jackson going off. He has a concussion. Dante Robinson was taken off. He didn't return either. And in the next Eagles possession, that's a touchdown. Jeremy Maclin diving across the goal line, but he was ruled with the ball on the other side of the goal line for the score.
These young receivers of Philly now, they're just growing up in this offense together.
21-10. So we've seen Maclin. We've seen Deshaun Jackson. How about a little Brent Selleck action? Well, Cobb tried to get him. The ball was tipped around. William Moore picks it off.
Get him, Cobb!
And returns it to the Philadelphia 46. And Matt Ryan turned that pick into points finding Tony Gonzalez, who had a couple scores on the day. 21-7, that's your score at the half. And it's 21-10 in the third quarter when Cobb put this game out of reach with a play fake and a fake reverse. And Jeremy Maclin is cruising for an 83-yard score. 326 yards and 3 touchdowns in a win, after which Andy Reid said Vic was still his starter.
I'm not much into telling you guys this, but this is a beautiful thing. You know, I told you that before, and I'm reiterate it. If you're sitting here as a chubby head coach in the National Football League and you got 2 good quarterbacks, you're a happy guy, man. You know, that's a positive. That's a positive thing.
We know we have really 3 guys we think that can play the position, and the guys have done a great job of rallying around each one of us, whoever's out there, and they're the reason that we're where we're at.
So now, have you made the statement to Andy now, it's time for me to be the starter?
No. Andy's the man in charge, and he makes all decisions, and he makes good ones. And we trust that. We believe in it. And whatever he makes here, then we'll keep going with it.
Vince Young, Michael Vick, not playing. Vince Young was the number 2, Vick the emergency number 3 for the Titans and Eagles respectively. So it was Kevin Cobb matching wits with Kerry Collins.
Very capable backups.
Kevin Cobb to Brent Selleck.
Legal hit, legal.
Yeah, Alteron Vernon, first down.
That's it. Lower your target.
They call some 3 games.
That was a non-issue today. You didn't see any more of those calls.
No penalties today.
You didn't see any calls that were required to have a flag thrown for it either. Second quarter, Eagles up 3-0. Cobb picked by Michael Griffin. 4th straight game with a pick for Michael Griffin.
Yeah, he can play center field pretty well now. This ball didn't have enough on it. Kevin Cobb was getting hit. Nice return.
6 plays later, the Tennessee Titans finally get some offense, and they get it in the way they would get it all afternoon, with Kerry Collins just throwing it up for Kenny Britt.
Great adjustment on the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't start the game, but he finishes it well.
It was the first play of the game for Britt this week, who sat it out for the first quarter and a half because of what he did off the field this week. As Karen Cobb split out, Jeremy Maclin wildcatting. LaShawn McCoy flips it back to Cobb.
Give him Marty
throws to Vince Papale. Who is that?
That's the way to go get the football. It seems as though it was an interception all the way. You got to go get the ball defensive back at his highest point.
Vince Papale. Doesn't it look like him? It's Riley Cooper, actually. Yeah, it looks like him, right?
Was that Tim Tebow's guy?
Third quarter now. Kevin Cobb can't get it to McCoy. Alteron Werner with the recovery. Jason Jones is going to do this one up.
This drives you nuts.
Great penetration.
Yeah, the penetration caused the fumble there, the exchange.
Well, 4th quarter now, it was the Kenny Britt Show. Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt Show starring Kenny Britt. The Kenny Britt touchdown.
Big receiver that can run. Good balance.
That was a 34-yard gain. He did step up. Okay, settle for a field goal. 4th quarter now. It's time for the Kenny Britt Show with your special guest star,
Kenny Britt. Someone gets that open. They got to be double moves. Great route.
80 yards for the touchdown now. And that's the longest reception of Britt's career. Brings the Titans to within 2. Nate Allen, who's been having a fine season
Safety
so far.
1-on-1, snap him off. Got him. Safety looking in the backfield. Quit guessing on the play.
Titans' next possession, 2nd and 9 from the 35. It's time for another edition of the Kenny Britt Show with your very special guest star, Kenny Britt.
Yeah, you know, quarterback's just throwing it up to the guy, trusting that he's going to make a play over the shorter defenders.
4 plays later, Kerry Collins. It's the Kenny Britt Show starring Charles Nelson Riley. Whoa.
Kenny Britt.
No, I'm sorry. Starring Kenny Britt.
I think he may go primetime today.
Yeah.
225 yards for Kenny Britt receiving. 225.
Good boy.
And 3 touchdowns. And
He eat them up. That's what he's saying. I am eating them up.
All right, let's check in with Dallas's NFC East brethren, Michael Vick, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Vick back after missing 3 games with that rib injury. How about Shady McCoy? First play from scrimmage for the Eagles. And McCoy goes 62 yards before he's brought down.
I like the way you started a game.
Is Mike Vick stretching the field wide, as long as Deshaun Jackson stretching it deep, and McCoy just hitting you in the middle?
Well, you brought him up here, Michael. A Vick to Deshaun Jackson, who's back after missing a game with a concussion. The Eagles just like that on top 7-0. Peyton Manning looking for Reggie Wayne. picked off by Asante Samuel.
You can't double pump that ball with this Philadelphia Eagles defense, especially with Asante Samuel in the secondary. Still one of the better corners in the game today.
Led to a David Akers field goal. Manning's first pick in his last 106 throws. Second quarter, 13-0. Manning for Reggie Wayne, 11 yards. Andy Reid challenges, saying the ball hit the ground, but the play stood. Second and goal. Manning to Jacob Tamme. Remember, Dallas Clark gone for the year. Mr. Tamme, you're going to be busy.
Yeah, he comes out of nowhere, scores a touchdown last week, does it again here. Little bubble screen on the outside for the score.
13-7, 16-7 now. Manning to Austin Crowley, who takes a shot.
Clean hit.
Yeah, clean.
Quentin Michael is called for unnecessary roughness after he and Kirk Coleman laid him up. I'm not so sure there was a lot that Kirk Coleman could have done there either.
Clean hit.
Yeah. Defenders are trying to hit to the shoulders and the body.
Yeah, it is clean.
It's unfortunate.
Colley's
Luckily,
okay.
he is okay, right?
Yes.
And Austin Crowley suffering
Praying for you, man.
concussion.
Yeah.
Andy Reid wanted to challenge that as a completion and a fumble, but he could not because he was out of challenges. Javaris James, this is Edge's cousin from Michael.
From the U.
Bloodline.
16-14.
Don't get it in.
Colts just keep trotting out these players. Third quarter now, Michael Vick.
And he's just trotting out
only
the
he
pocket.
can do, huh?
Do what you do, Mike Vick.
Here's what makes him special. Right there.
Nobody else can do that in this league.
In the world, Coach. In the world.
32 yards, led to a 1-yard Vick touchdown. Eagles on top 26-17. Fourth quarter here on a 4th and 18. Last chance for Peyton Manning and company. Manning is dropped, but there's a flag on the play.
This is a horrible
Trent Cole called for unnecessary roughness.
This is a horrible call.
Does he hit his helmet?
But it's not the intention to hit his helmet. His intention is swipe for the ball. It's not intentional.
But the rule does say if you hit a quarterback in the helmet, they're going to call that prime every time as the interpretation of the rule. Javaris James there gets in with a touchdown. 26-24. Colts have all 3 timeouts. Deshaun Jackson gets a first down here. So the Colts elect not to use one of their timeouts. The clock ticks down to 1:06. 3rd and 7, 54 seconds left. Robert Mathis is able to trip up Michael Vick. So the Colts use their last timeout here with 47 seconds left. See if they can get Adam Vinatieri in the field goal range. All right, 33 seconds left. Manning steps up to Tamme. 11 yards to their own 41. Tamme, a big day, 108 yards. 3rd and 10 now. Manning looking for Blair White. But it's picked off by Samuel. So Michael Vick,
go down.
Deshaun Jackson and the Eagles come up with the 26-24 victory.
Teams win, teams lose, but this was an entirely different winning and losing type of game on Monday night. Donovan McNabb, new contract in hand. His Redskins were a factor in the pregame, fellas. They were right there.
Hey, a lot of emotion shown, right? Everybody's ready to play, but then you have to actually do it when the clock starts.
No pass rush, big arm, good accuracy, touchdown Deshaun Jackson. 88 yards out, first play from scrimmage.
Unbelievable. You cannot run with Deshaun Jackson for that length of time. And you know what, Charles? Michael Vick can throw it as far as he needs to throw it.
And it's kind of ironic that the 2 players involved in that pregame scuffle, Deshaun Jackson, LaRon Landry, there they are, both with a chance to play the ball.
And LaRon Landry's having a terrific season. He's been playing at a Pro Bowl, all-pro level. But where's his number one weakness? In coverage, in space. You put him in the box, he's an absolute hammer.
So we've seen Michael Vick's arm. You also know he can run it when he needs to. Well, right here he wants to pass it. Nobody open. Keeps it himself, and he's going to find the goal line. With some speed and some power. We take another look, fellas, and you can't say the Redskins didn't have a chance to get him.
Yeah, no, they have guys there, but the problem is you can't simulate this in practice, and his lateral quickness and his ability to accelerate and change direction is so good. You can't simulate it in practice, and once the game happens, it's quicker than you thought.
And number 1 was a defensive lineman on his feet in space. He has no chance to tackle Michael Vick.
Only 14-0 at that point. The Redskins with a chance. McNabb avoiding pressure, but intercepted by Kirk Coleman. First down, Eagles on the Washington 37.
And with the way this offense is rolling, it didn't take long for this.
Now they cash in the red area. They score touchdowns, which helps their defense. They complement themselves with the defense. Red zone, Michael Vick's explosive.
That goes as a pass.
Absolutely.
But that's a running play. Everybody says Andy Reid doesn't run the ball in that situation. That's really a running play disguised as a pass.
Here comes that was LaShawn McCoy. This, Michael, is actually a running play. Jerome Harrison.
Bad tackling. Jerome Harrison, is he going to get there, Charles?
You started to wonder, but one last valiant leap, and he finds the pylon.
The Eagles up 28-0 after the first meeting. Little resistance. If this was a fight, guys, it would have been called after one quarter. Look at that domination. And the stat you don't see, Michael Vick was a perfect 8 for 8 in the first quarter.
That takes Carolina 2 games to get that many yards.
Or 3.
Or maybe 3.
And they haven't had that kind of efficiency for a long time. So you're thinking second quarter, they've got to slow down at least a little bit. London Fletcher maybe telling that to his teammates on the sideline. But this is the very first play of the second quarter. Remember, there was a touchdown in the first play of the game. Play 1 second quarter, Vick to Macklin, touchdown.
Yeah, and you see how Michael Vick gets deep back there? He's still only 6 feet tall. But Andy Reid, the Eagles do a great job. They back him away, and then he's so good on the third level throwing accurate.
Improves his sight line so he can see downfield, and with the arm he has, that's not an issue. You know what it's reminiscent of? Joe Namath in his prime with the deep drop and the big arm.
Eagles 35-0. Back come the Redskins, at least a little bit. Play action across the field. Fred Davis, the tight end. Big 71-yard gain down to the Philadelphia 3-yard line.
That's the best play in the Redskin offense. They utilize it almost every game, and it works.
Next play, 1st and goal. Play action once again. Donovan McNabb rolling to his right. Dumps it off to Darrell Young. And the Redskins erase the 0 on their side of the board. Unfortunately, they're trailing 35-7.
But there's plenty of time.
Yes, there is. And there's actually some more good Washington offense. Can't throw it any better than that. McNabb to Anthony Armstrong, 76-yard gain inside the Eagles' 10 to the 5.
People have gotten on Donovan McNabb this year about his accuracy and missing throws that he should have made, but the deep ball has stayed intact for him all year long.
Dumps it off to Keelan Williams, fights his way across the goal line. The Redskins trailing 35-14.
Right there.
See the comeback?
Still plenty of time.
3rd down and 12.
Until this.
The old INT comes into play. Dimitri Patterson picks it off. 1st down Eagles at the 28.
He has played extremely well since he replaced Ellis Hobbs in the lineup.
See how Vick now is looking to throw first, but once he sees nothing, he takes off and can do this seemingly any time. 27-yard gain.
You just want to hear that beep noise going on.
Yeah,
that's like the Roadrunner. It's just explosive when he moves. You can't practice it.
We just saw it for 27 yards. This time it's good for a touchdown. An easy touchdown at that. The Eagles led 45-14 at halftime. 45 points, the most ever in one half for the Eagles organization. 3rd quarter, Redskins opening possession. 4th and 4. That's McNabb to Armstrong, 6-yard gain. And they move the chains. Couple of plays later, from the 5-yard line off the left side, Keelan Williams showing patience, putting his head down and fighting his way in. The Eagles lead cut to 45-21. Eagles offense coming right back, though. Vick stepping up to Jason Avant, 20-yard gain.
The only way the Redskins are going to catch up is if they didn't have to give the ball back to the Eagles. That was the only way. The Eagles will just keep moving it.
How tired does the Redskins pass rush look right about now?
They're all
non-existent.
They're going to be in the training room. And the red zone, you can't cover this long, Charles, down there.
Did you see Hainsworth? He made the initial rush, goes to the ground, doesn't even come close to getting back up for a second rush. They're exhausted chasing that guy around.
Kind of a perfect way for this game to end. The pick 6, McNabb intercepted by Dimitri Patterson, 40 yards for the touch, and the Eagles make it look easy, guys.
Yeah, this thing was over. It would have been a Little League softball game. It would have been called at halftime.
Michael Vick accounting for over 400 yards total offense, also 6 touchdowns, did not throw an interception.
At home, let's take you to the link. And Eli Manning.
I believe in you, Eli.
And Michael Vick.
I believe in him a little more.
Michael Vick coming off the best performance of the year, hands down. And Vick keeps it himself and gets outside.
He's the fastest man on the field. Lost contain, and away he goes.
Eagles on top, 7-0. Second quarter, it's 10-3. Eli Manning looking for Hakeem Nicks. But Asante Samuel was there.
He's the best off corner in the NFL today. The best, hands down. Off coverage, he is it.
His 35th pick since 06, most in NFL history in a 5-year span. And, Coach, the Eagles had a bunch of missed opportunities. This could have been ugly.
Yeah, and Mike threw off balance, and he threw a perfect strike in the back. You just got to catch that. That's one of those things. You'd love to have it back. Wide open.
What a great design play.
It led to a David Akers field goal, but then on the next Eagles possession, David Akers from 42 yards away, and it's blocked. And how frustrating, Michael, is this when you feel like you're dominating a game, but the scoreboard doesn't show it?
And especially when you're playing a team like the Giants, everything counts, every point counts. You go over to those guys with special teams and say, man, we got to make that work.
An extremely scary moment here in this game as Ellis Hobbs is hit by Dave Towson in the head, and Hobbs lay motionless for 10 minutes.
We talk a lot about helmet-to-helmet hits, but this is when you're tackling a ball carrier. It's perfectly legal, but obviously dangerous. Hopefully he'll be
X-rays were negative on his neck, and he apparently walked out of the X-ray room, so what we want to hear. Eli Manning looking for Mario Manningham. Quentin Michael called for pass interference, so it set the Giants up on the Eagles' 2-yard line. And Manning now to Travis Beckham. The 2-yard touchdown strike. All right, so the Eagles now within 6, 16-10.
Yeah, Manny does a great job bringing his team right back down and getting the score. It just shows up every time and every week.
Giants tried to force Michael Vick to his right all night long. Here, though, Justin Tuck able to strip Vick for Vick's first turnover of the season.
He's been terrific in taking care of the football. We just got to strip from behind. That's going to happen on occasion.
So here comes Eli Manning. And this play, very well designed. Back to the other way to Brandon Jacobs.
They said you did this to Washington last week. We shall serve you the food you served them this week.
First and goal now, and it's Manning to Derek Hagan. Hagan was cut by this team in the offseason, but he got a call because Steve Smith is injured with that pectoral muscle injury. And Hagan back on the squad making plays. All right, 3 possessions later here, it's Michael Vick looking for Jeremy Maclin. It's incomplete on a 3rd and 1. So on the 4th and 1, the Eagles are going to go from the 50-yard line.
Why not? Bobble the snap. Here we go. Get it on the perimeter.
LaShawn McCoy. Gone.
A bobble like that, Coach, it freezes the entire defense because they see the ball, they lose focus, and get out of their pursuit angles.
50 yards for the touchdown, and you can see O.C. Umenyiora almost knocks it down.
You hear it all the time. It's a game of inches, and that is the inch that they talk about. It's the difference between a win and a loss.
Vick ended up hitting Jason Avant for the 2-point conversion, 24-17. Manning now. And the ball is
Asante Samuel again.
By Asante Samuel again, but wait a minute. He's hit by Ahmad Bradshaw. It's 265 pounds the other way. And Rich Soymore recovers for the Giants.
That's why everybody on the football team has got to know how to put that ball away. 4 points of pressure. Take care of it, Asante Samuel. That was a nice hit to get the ball back.
The glare from Andy Reid. All right, 4th and 6 now. Manning.
I believe it, Eli.
He's going to find some space.
Geez, nice slide.
He fumbles, though, as he's diving to the ground without being touched, and Darryl Tapp recovers. Tom Coughlin challenged the play, and the ground causes a fumble, but Manning wasn't touched. He didn't slide, so the ruling upheld. McCoy again.
This man's a beast.
Did you see that move, that step, left him right in his jaw? What a move. That quickness is what makes Philadelphia so dangerous because it's quickness all over the field.
40 yards. It led to a David Akers field goal, and the Eagles rally back, and they beat the Giants 27-17, so they are in first place in the NFC East. The other big matchup in the NFC, Michael Vick and the Eagles traveling to Chicago to take on Jay Cutler and the Bears. Bears can take sole possession of the NFC North. And first place, Jay Cutler to Earl Bennett to put the Bears on top of 7-3.
His buddy from Vanderbilt now, a little play-action pass because they're running the ball more often.
Dion, they have to find a way to get this young man more involved.
You got to get it to him facing the defense so he can do what he does best. That's make plays with his legs and his maneuverability.
39 yards there. Well, Michael, do you like Johnny Knox as a primary option for this football team?
I tell you what, he kept coming in and making plays today, for Jay Cutler. All of the receivers today, we talked about it. These guys showed up to make plays for Jay Cutler in the Chicago Bears.
It ain't the shoes, baby. It's the route.
Bears on top 14-3. The Eagles now, and Michael Vick, did he have some magic? Fires a touchdown pass to Jeremy Maclin there. Eagles on top 14-10. But, Coach, these are the turnovers of that swing football game. It's a 14-point swing here with Michael Vick's pass. It's tipped and picked.
Nothing you can do about this. Tommy Harris gets his hand. It's the first interception that Michael Vick has thrown all season.
That's right, going back 239 attempts, and that, Michael, led to this.
Man, now, he did a beautiful job, Cutler did, looking the whole defense off to the left and coming back with a late throw for that touchdown.
21-13, third quarter now, and Cutler using his feet, and then he dumps it off to Heston. This works, Dion.
See, he's athletic enough to make plays and not just throw the ball away wildly and loosely. He's starting to play using his head.
And this is where we've seen Jay Cutler, a coach, have some issues in the red zone, but he puts it in a spot where
the play action to Matt Forte. Put him on the move because Cutler can run and throw from the run. Nice throw to Greg Olsen from the U.
And Andy Reid put the challenge flag right back into his pocket. Bears defense not getting enough credit this year. And they got to Michael Vick with 4 sacks.
Man, we talked about it this morning. Will the Bears defensive line be able to claw their way towards Michael Vick? They clawed, they grabbed, they tackled, and they gave him a rough day today.
Pepper's got a sack in there. He has 6 career sacks against Vick. Only Simeon Rice has more. And more Jay Cutler looking for Matt Forte. He was fired up here. He thought there was a penalty on this play. And he let the officials know it.
He sure did. Look at him. He says, hey, I got Ernie Sims on the pass interference. Give me a break here.
See him show emotions. That's what the team in this city is waiting for.
Little flag.
The Eagles now in their ensuing possession here on a 1st and 10. Michael Vick with some just great throws.
He looks comfortable in the pocket making plays.
3rd and goal here. And he felt Julius Peppers coming. Peppers lunges out. Big guy with all that athleticism.
That's why he makes the big bucks, Mike.
That's why he makes the money. That chase from a big man like that to run down a guy like Michael.
Andy Reid kicked a field goal here, so now it is Cutler on a 3rd and 10, incomplete. So the Bears go 3 and out. Eagles get the ball here. Just over 4 minutes left. Let's get right to the drama. $1.54. Pass of the day.
It really is. You got 4 defenders close by, and you got a stuttered go by Brent Selleck, and Michael Vick shoots it in there over Brian Urlacher's shoulder. Beautiful play.
Vick throwing for 333 yards. All of a sudden, it's 31-26. But on the onside kick, Johnny Knox. Johnny on the spot. And the Bears go on to beat the Eagles 31-26.
After Michael Vick and the Eagles took down Andre Johnson and the Houston Texans. Andre not suspended for this game. And Michael Vick, with the fireworks still smoky around him from the opening kickoff, finds Deshaun Jackson on the opening drive.
I like how they started the game, a lot like the Washington game. Take a shot downfield to Deshaun Jackson.
And then 10 plays later, LaShawn McCoy just steps in the end zone. Michael Vick 7 of 8 on the opening 11-play drive. Second quarter of this game, Eagles up 7-3 when it's McCoy again called on deck. He runs this one in this time, caps another 11-play drive, and the Eagles are putting it on the Texans early on in this game. It's 17-3 midway through the second quarter when Matt Schaub finds a wide open Andre Johnson, Dion.
Andre Johnson, it was a great double move, a great route, double covered, and he still beat the double coverage.
2 plays later, Schaub is rolling right and finds Jacoby Jones in the end zone for the first Texan touchdown of the game. 12th touchdown drive of 80 yards or more. That's the most in the NFL for the Texans. And then the next Texans possession had a chance to go down and tie the game at the half, but that's a horrible interception.
Yeah, he's got to get the ball up and over the top of the defensive end, but he didn't get enough on top of it and pick, and luckily they held him to just a field goal.
And that's because the Eagles made some more red zone mistakes. As Joe Theismann pointed out on that drive, they kept dropping the ball in the last couple of weeks in the red zone, and Brent Selleck drops this one, and that was after Jeremy Maclin had one go right off his grill in the end zone. So The Eagles have to settle for a field goal. They're up by 10 in the second quarter, but the Texans were a different team in quarter number 3. Matt Schaub and the Texans come out of the locker room, begin firing it down the field. Andre Johnson open for 19 yards.
You got to get a coaching staff credit. They made adjustments at halftime and wanted to implement Andre Johnson much more in this offense.
And this kid, Arian Foster's a beast, Marshall.
Ooh, he is. Played a huge role, not just in the running game, but in the passing game. Caught some balls and really got this offense going just as well.
Yeah, he trucked over Nate Allen into the end zone, and the next Eagles drive, it's Michael Vick with a rare interception. That's one in the last 2 games now for him. And Jason Allen, who got, he's the one who picks off Michael Vick, and the Texans turn that pick into points with another 80-plus yard drive. Andre Johnson, 31 yards on 3rd and 17 right there.
The ball was underthrown. It looked like Andre pushed off a little bit, but made a nice catch coming back to the ball.
And then 4 plays later, Arian Foster with his second touchdown of the quarter. And now the Texans were up by the score of 24-20. But that's when Michael Vick and the Eagles began to assert themselves. After an up and down third quarter, mostly down third quarter, they score their first points of the half by Deshaun Jackson getting 33 yards on the 2nd and 8 play. And then 2 plays later, Vick sneaks it in.
Now you might as well just take it in here yourself. You put a nice drive together after Houston took the lead. The Eagles answered.
27-24, and then the Texans cannot get any points on their next drive. So with less than 10 minutes to go, the Eagles get the ball back. And LaShawn McCoy out of the backfield, everybody.
This is what they do best now. They can screen anywhere, anytime. And this one really is going to put this game out of reach.
And this was a crucial play, though, because the Texans got the Eagles in a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 19. Just when you think they might be able to hold the Eagles to a field goal, which would give them a chance to take the lead with getting the ball back, Brent Selleck leaps for the first down as he's rolling over Kevin Bentley, initially called short of the line of gain, but Andy Reid, that's sort of a weak little toss there, Steve.
That was not an angry flag. That was just I think Mike Vick talked him into it, but Brent Selleck said, hey, Coach, you know what? I think I reached over that line, and you know what? He was right.
Whether you throw the flag with conviction or not, he threw the flag, and the ruling was overturned, and it gave the Eagles a fresh set of downs with which they scored a back-breaking touchdown. Owen Schmidt, 5 yards out of the backfield. Mike Vick is all fired up because his Eagles are up by 10. And with Matt Schaub facing the last chance saloon, he is hit by Nate Allen. Darryl Tapp recovers for the Eagles, and the Texans get tapped on the shoulder. The Texans get tapped on the shoulder by the homestanding Eagles, who lost the lead in the 3rd quarter, but came from behind to win it in the 4th quarter, as Michael Vick has his 2nd consecutive 300-yard passing game. 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, 2 more touchdowns for LaShawn McCoy. Deshaun Jackson had a nice bounce-back game for him, 84 yards from Michael Vick. And now the Eagles are up in the NFC East by a half game over the Giants, who take on the Washington Redskins at home on Sunday. And even if the Giants do win that game, the Eagles will be in first place in the NFC East.
Dallas for the highlights of this matchup. And what a job Michael Jason Garrett has done as the interim head coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Say what you will, he has got this team playing good football. And they played good football tonight. It just came up short.
Except for that.
Well, first play of the game, Deanna, we saw this against the Redskins as well. No one's prepared for this.
When Michael Vick is able to roll to his left and throw back across field, I don't think the entire NFL is prepared for a play like that.
Went 60 yards to Jackson, and Vick keeps it himself. Plus, he gets the one-handed jam. Eagles on top, 7-0. Cowboys, though, coming right back. A lot of fight. Kittle to Jason Witten for the 1-yard touchdown. Game tied up at 7. Second quarter, same score. And it's a Michael Vick. He picks up 6 yards, but he gets tattooed, Coach, by Anthony Spencer.
He does, and this is a design rollout and movement play, but it didn't get called as a penalty.
How is that
for sure? Right there, a little excessive push right at the end. Should have been a penalty.
You hit Brady Manning like that, you're getting arrested.
Look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid off the chart.
That's exactly what Andy Reid is telling the officials there, Dion. A couple of possessions later, it's Vick to Deshaun Jackson. And what a night this young man had. 37 yards to the 2-yard line.
Boy, you talk about a guy that's fast and a guy that's quick. That means I get quick. I get fast in a hurry.
Somebody better check Todd Herman's. It's the 2-yard touchdown to the big fella. The Eagles up 14-7. They led 14-10 at the half.
I like Michael rolling to his right. Doesn't do that a lot.
All right, when Michael Vick rolls to his right, as you said, typically things haven't gone well. This one, though, not his fault. Jeremy Maclin should have squeezed it.
Got to catch that one. A little high, but that's a tougher throw. Going to his right. Doesn't complete a lot of passes, but got to catch that
Small
one.
receiver in the middle of the field, he knows he's going to take a hit.
Put your body on that ball, buddy.
Kitna dumps it off to Felix Jones, and he can get going for big plays. 36 yards down to the 2-yard line, and Jones finishing what he started.
Giving Philadelphia a taste of their own medicine. No one runs screens better than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Cowboys on top, 20-14. The Eagles, though, coming right back on the first play of the very next drive. LaShawn McCoy, what a job he's done running between the tackles, and then he's so tough to get down once he finds some space.
He's not just an outside runner and a screen catcher. This guy runs in between the tackles. He's a physical guy, fast guy, does it all.
56 yards, 20-17. David Akers knocked home a field goal, and then Prime and his victim, Deshaun Jackson. They're both so tough to defend.
Let me tell you, as a cornerback, you never risk a play of this magnitude at this time of the game. Tight game, make the sure tackle. You know you're not going to get the pick, make the play.
And he was a flag there for us.
Shouldn't have been.
Like conduct, but he's not in the end zone.
Nice celebration.
Yeah, that is that's a beautiful shot.
I think they're picking on him.
They called it the Nest T-plunge back in the day.
27-20, Eagles on top. Cowboys trying to get something going. Kitna is picked off by Demetri Patterson.
Boy, it's a little late coming out of that break. You got to come out of that break, put your foot in the ground, and drive through that defensive back. You got to protect your quarterback.
Led to a David Akers field goal. Here come the Cowboys again. Kitna scrambling for a key 10-yard gain on a 4th and 7. So Jerry Jones says, come on, boys, let's get it done.
Say what you want about John Kitna. He's earned a starting job somewhere next season for some team.
Kitna now to Witten. 22 yards in the touchdown. Witten's second TD of the game. Cowboys very much alive. 30-27. Philly on top.
Now you got to play defense. Get the ball back.
Nice job, though, by Philadelphia running a 4-minute offense. Michael McCoy with the 19-yard gain there. And then with 2:33 left, we're going to see Michael Vick scramble and stay in bounds.
Yeah, smart play right here, Michael Vick. He understands, hey, we want to keep the clock going. This sets up a 3rd and 1. They go and get the first down, and they're able to milk the clock after that. But McCoy gives the Philadelphia Eagles something we haven't seen in a long time, and that's this right here. It's the ability to run between the tackles, to finish a football game, to end the game, and send a team home. That's what McCoy does.
The NFC East was on the line. Michael Vick,
He's
Andy
good.
Reid. It's like a Mount Rushmore sort of right there. Eli and the Giants have lost 5 in a row to the Eagles. Here we go. Eli, first quarter. It was Demetri Patterson's birthday in the first quarter.
It's a birthday. We're going to have a party. That birthday means we're going to dedicate this drive. We're going to dedicate the series of plays straight to you.
Mario Manningham, 35-yard touchdown. Second quarter, it's Manningham avoiding the Patterson tackle. That's 2 Manning to Manningham scores, 14-3. Giants on top, while the Eagles were really doing its thing on Michael Vick. Vick to Jeremy Maclin with 16 ticks left. It's ruled a catch and fumble. Kenny Phillips picks it up, takes it inside the 8. Last 2 minutes, Booth buzzes down, placed it as called here.
Yeah. Pretty good call here, dear.
Good call. Ball coming out and go. Ball out.
Momentum is wearing a blue jersey.
Yeah, so with 9 ticks to go, Manning has enough time to find Hakeem Nicks, 24-3.
I believe in Eli.
The route is on. Coughlin's loving it. Big Blue's loving it. Sticking it to the Eagles with Michael Vick in a game they really needed to do it in. Third quarter, Manning to Manningham. This time, Mario finally just puts the ball on the turf.
Wow, it was out of bounds.
Recovered by Mike Patterson of the Eagles.
Like he was shooting dice. Okay, like you said,
freaky things.
Now Coughlin fumble. So the Eagles, 3 plays after that fumble, turn it into points. Vick to Jeremy Maclin.
Nice play call. Wide open.
First Eagles touchdown of the day, 24-10. Now that's your score in the fourth quarter. Pick things up right on the Eagles' 20. Vick hits Deshaun Jackson, who was held quiet for the first 3 quarters. Jackson now puts the ball on the ground. He's ruled not down by contact. So Manning put the ball on the turf to end the game in Philadelphia. But you could see that Goff definitely contacts Deshaun Jackson. But
Is the bag a part of the uniform?
But Reed, yeah, sure.
The hand warmer.
Reed doesn't challenge. So the Giants turned that turnover into points. There's Kevin Boston, the boss in the end zone. That is Manning's 4th touchdown of the day. It's 31-10.
Worm is high-stepping right now.
Yes, through 7.5 minutes to go. Vic to Brent Selleck.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's a 65-yard score, and with 7.5 to go, it's now a 31-17 game in Conference Bubble.
All right, no big deal. Let's keep playing. Keep fighting through it.
Ain't what he's saying.
And would you believe they go on sides and the Giants are
Oh, that's a gutsy call. He fooled everybody.
Execution. Why would he fool everybody in a time like this? Great call. You see that on special teams and scouting the opposing team.
2 plays later, Vic from the shotgun.
Houdini or Vic? David Blaine or Vic?
Slide. Go ahead first. Okay, we'll take it.
It's Doug Henning. It's the first ever Doug Henning, Michael Vick analogy. And then Vic, 3 plays later.
That's a walk-in. Nice quarterback draw off the power play. Whoa, okay, Tom.
And just like that, it's a 1-score game. 3rd and 8. Eli throwing off his back foot.
Chuck it and duck it.
Giants are done. Coughlin and the Giants are forced to punt. Oh, lots of Coughlin reacts. It's not good. The Eagles get the ball back. 3rd and 10 from the 12. Vic. Oh, my goodness gracious.
He's rolling to his left. We know these things. The yellow line, he know those things.
Now he
can't run.
33-yard gain on 3rd and 10. 2 plays later, right before the 2-minute warning, Vic from the shotgun runs up the gut now. 22 yards right to the red zone.
Do what you do, Mike Vic.
2 plays later, 2nd and 3 from the 13, about 24 to go. Vic to Macklin makes a move.
That's what he knew.
Was 31-10 with 7.5 to go. It's now 31-all. Giants have the ball back. They have a last chance to have the last laugh, but
get rid of it, Eli.
Manning swarmed under on 3rd and 10. They're forced to punt, but Eagles are out of timeout.
Right.
Let the clock tick down. Okay. All you got to do is just punt it out of bounds.
Punt it out of bounds.
That's all you have to do.
Well, do it. Punt it out of bounds.
He said, give it to me if you want to.
But Matt Dodgers
high kick. High kick. See, when you drop the punt right here, it brings everyone in out of their lanes.
And he's down.
What's the quickest way to get home, Rich? Straight to the house.
Would you believe? And then he does this. The time.
Where are you going? Run the clock out.
The clock was run out 5 minutes ago.
He was posing for the pitches.
What?
See, when you drop the ball, everyone comes in, they get out of their lanes, they lose responsibility, and it's all you make 1 or 2 guys miss, and you can fire up the band.
And there's
didn't I tell you to put this ball out of bounds? Listen to me, boy, didn't I? That's what he was saying.
That's what he was saying, and what the Eagles are saying. It's the latest win with a kick return or a punt return for a touchdown since the Music City Miracle. And look who did it to the Giants just 7 years ago. Brian Westbrook with 1:16 left. This with no time left in a game. The Giants were leading by 21 with 7.5 to go, and that's how the Eagles sweep the Giants.
Going to halftime, it was down 3-24, man. I'm like, man, this is impossible to come back and win. It just shows the hard work and dedication to our guys out here, man. We do a great job. And, I fun with that ball coming up at first. I just picked it up, and I just seen green light, man. That was beautiful, man.
I'll take full responsibility for the last play. The punter the young punter was told to punt it out of bounds. He got a high snap, didn't feel like he could, and we all learned the hard way again. At that point in the game, with him back there, you don't punt him the ball. It's about as empty as you get to feel in this business right there.
That's downtown Philadelphia on this 28th night of December. A beautiful sight, but 48 hours ago, a major snowstorm roared up the eastern seaboard with Philadelphia, one of the cities in the crosshairs. And so on the night after Christmas, there would be no game at Lincoln Financial Field, with the NFL postponing the contest because of public safety concerns. Thus, Sunday Night Football has become football on a Tuesday night. And the Vikings and Eagles will go to work tonight under clear skies and the temperature at 32 degrees. Open the game up with a long pass down the middle. See what they do here. He's going to roll to his left. He's under pressure, and Vic's going to run with the ball. And he's going to run for a first down with a shotgun with the ball at the 44-yard line on first down. Pressured again, and this time they get him. And this is Antoine Winfield comes up here. And he'll toss it to Jackson. And that will go nowhere. Let's take a look at that Minnesota defense.
Jared Allen, Culinary Academy.
3rd down and 16 from the 31. It's the Eagles' second possession. And Vick moving forward, throws, and they're going to rule it a completion at the 3-yard line to Jeremy Macklin.
I mean, it's just a natural thing.
They may have won that challenge. 2nd and goal. That knee was down. And that pass to the back of the end zone. The back judge looking, checking. Touchdown is the call to Clay Harbor. In Chaney and Coleman. It's 3rd down and 1 now. Off the fake. Webb in trouble, but escapes the sack and then completes the pass to Shanko. 3rd and 17. Under pressure again. Somehow he escapes, but not for long.
Player for a long time, and they've been trying to get him some attention and just can't.
And Vick slings one, and it should have been intercepted by Lito Shepard. And the crowd let him have it, too. 3rd down and 9 from the 38. And Vick deep downfield, and that one's going to be intercepted at the 10-yard line. And that is Hussein Abdullah, who stays back there with him.
With some interceptions. 6 now in the last 5 games.
2nd and 3, and that's vintage Peterson. His knee was also an issue as well. Peterson's going to cut it back. And Peterson for a 1st down into Eagle territory. Samuel then helps to knock him down. The ball comes loose. The Eagles think they have it, and they do. Pressure again. But Vick is able to sling it away and has that one almost intercepted. Frank Walker from the 39. Harvin. That's another 1st down, and he gets tackled, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. Blitz coming. Good job of protecting him up front. Berrien makes the catch. Under pressure, and this time Webb goes down. Off the play fake. Cole didn't buy it. Vikings saga 2010, a year to forget. The Favre Mississippi mission, the 3 guys going down to get him back. They traded for Randy Moss. That was disastrous. NFL investigating Brett Favre, and that's ongoing. They cut Randy Moss. Brad Childress got fired. Metrodome roof collapses. Favre's streak ends. And so that was the 2010 season. Vikings showing blitz, and they come in from the corner again. And Selleck makes the catch at midfield. 2nd and short from the 39-yard line. Look out. Vick loses the ball. That's Winfield again. He picks it up, and Winfield is going to race all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And this place is silent.
Well, that time they released Brent Selleck down the field, did not block him, and the blitz that has been the nightmare continues. Linemen love getting their hands up against him.
Here come the Vikes again. Here comes Winfield again. He just misses another sack. Pass is caught. And the Eagles since '98 before Reed. And that kick is no good. Short. On target, but short. It would drive Leslie, a former defensive back, particularly crazy. And here is Webb, and he's going to go deep on 1st down, and the flag is thrown. Harvin is there, and Patterson was draped all over him, and Harvin will get the call. 46-yard gain. Ball at the 28. Webb, good play fake. Shanko wide open, and it will be 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. Shanko flexed to the right. Instead, it's going to be a fade, and it's Rice in bounds for the touchdown. Over Asante Samuel. You have Sidney Rice at 6'4", and as good as Samuel is, he's 5'10", so they throw the fade. Reed is checking to make sure his feet came in and that there's no challenge.
After review, when the receiver went to the ground, he did not demonstrate complete control. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass.
2-yard line. Webb off the fake. In trouble. And gets sacked and thrown out of bounds.
Throw it away and make it an easier field goal.
From Michael moving toward the middle of the field. Meanwhile, you've got this field goal attempt for a long ball from 30 yards, and that is good.
Simply did not want Michael Vick to play in the snow.
Well, they've been talking about that for 2 days here. Meanwhile, there's Peterson on dry land. Meanwhile, you've got Percy Harvin lined up as the running back here. The play fake, Webb, buying time, and Webb throws, and that'll be caught at the 20-yard line, and Rice takes a shot.
That's a
as he balls it in, and that was, you could hear it. You hear it, and a flag, of course, comes in, and a fine will follow.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Samuels back in the game. Second down and goal. Webb, Chase, still alive, and Webb will thread his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And Webb showing a lot of what he did in college, rolling out, buying time, improvising.
As he is when he can escape left.
Ray Edwards knocked down that last pass. Now he's going to go to his right. He's going to avoid a sack again. He's going to take off. And he's going to lose the football. A scramble for it at the 23-yard line. Vick had lost only 1 of 9 fumbles coming into the game, and now he's lost 2 tonight.
Wow.
They could kick or attempt a 48-yard field goal. Instead, they're going to go for it on a huge 4th and 1. And McCoy is going to break a tackle in the backfield and get that first down. Second and goal. Vick on a draw, and Vick will take it to the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Earlier. This time Shanko stays in the block, and the pass is caught over the middle by Percy Harvin. First down of the drafted as a wide receiver in the 6th round. Peterson inside the 20, inside the 10, and out of bounds at the 2-yard line. First and goal. First and goal from the 1. And here's Peterson again. Puts his head down, and no signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown. Adrian Peterson takes it into the end zone with 6:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. 16-yard line. Down by 10. Do they have another big comeback? This is McCoy. Pretty good start to this drive. Great start, in fact. Indeed they do. McCoy trying to pick up Greenway, and he does, but coming around the other side is Leroy Guion, number 98, who gets the sack. 3rd down and 6. Here's Webb, and can Webb get the first down? He's very, very close.
For the first time starting quarterback.
Oh boy. And that pass is incomplete, and there's 1 tick left. And so the final second roll off the clock. There's Vick with Peterson. Mr. Joe Webb. Boy, that's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks in Minnesota with Webb and his future. And what about Leslie Frazier? Does he get the full-time job? What about the stadium? Favre, 99% going to retire. A lot of stuff going on, but through it all, the Minnesota Vikings come in and shock the Eagles 24-14.
And the Giants have no one to blame but themselves for making all those mistakes.
Cowboys led by Stephen McGee. The Eagles led by Kevin Cobb. First quarter, no score. Cobb to Jason Avant, 21-yard Eagle gain. First down at the Dallas 18. Second quarter, same drive, 5 plays later. Cobb avoiding the pressure, buying some time, eventually finding Chad Hall wide open in the back of the end zone for a 4-yard Philly touch.
He's certainly not Mike Vick, but he is pretty good athlete to play.
And DeMarcus Ware. Cobb stripped by Anthony Spencer. And that's Ware with the touch.
Not DeMarcus Ware, but the defense.
Well, there's DeMarcus Ware one more time.
The defense has been bad all season.
How about again? A loss of 8.
This is why I think the Eagles may have a little bit of trouble in the postseason.
Well, they don't have the starting right tackle in the game.
Roy Williams caught it. He had about 6 chances there, and he almost kicked it. 4 drops.
I think you could actually describe that as him kicking that opportunity.
That wasn't a drop kick there? That's him? No? And the Cowboys win in Philadelphia. Stephen McGee leads his team past Kevin Cobb and the Eagles 14-13.
The Green Bay Packers and the Eagles wrapping up Wild Card Weekend here in the first weekend of 2011 for the playoffs. Andy Reid showing everybody he won with Green Bay. Let's what you want one of your own.
You don't wear a ring and say I won.
Well, Dom Capers rang up Michael Vick on the first play from scrimmage. Desmond Bishop unblocked, hits Vick on the blind side, 3 and out for the Eagles. Later on in the first quarter, LaShawn McCoy, a 6-yard gain. Meanwhile, their best playmaker on the edge comes up gimpy as McCoy runs up the back of Deshaun Jackson.
Block somebody.
Adding insult to the injury, there was a flag on the play that didn't even count.
Yeah, that's when you stock block and sometimes they run up on you, huh, Mike?
So no, that's when you're not blocking.
Jackson is out, and James Starks is the one making plays early on for the Green Bay Packers. The rookie running back was a factor. 27 of his first half, 51 rushing yards on that play. And then Tom Crabtree, everybody, the rookie. Geez, undrafted out of Miami of Ohio. His first career touchdown catch puts the Packers on the board first in this Wild Card Sunday game. Michael Vick snowed under by the bloodline in the second quarter. Eagles have only 57 total yards at this point in the game. Next Packers possession, Rodgers is out the game.
Nice mobility, getting the first down. 2 of the best running quarterbacks in the league were featured today.
8-yard gain on 3rd and 5. 12th play of the drive. Rodgers rolled into his right. More than enough time for James Jones to break free.
Stays alive in the pocket. Now throws it down to the pylon, and he beats Asante Samuel for the touchdown.
14-0 Green Bay. Next Eagles possession, they get Jackson back from the locker room. Trying to warm up here. Vick hits his other big play wide receiver, Jeremy Maclin. This is the first big play of the game, essentially, for the Eagles.
Yeah, they were not giving up any big plays. Played very deep. Vick found Maclin in the intermediate area, and he made a little happen with his man.
44 yards to the Packers, 32 plays later, 3rd and 10 from that 30. Vick takes it himself. First down and a little bit more into the red zone to the Packers 16. 3 plays later, 3rd and 7 from the Packers 13. Vick buying time, flips it out to Avant, and Jason Avant cannot make a first down. And David Akers, who'd already missed a field goal in this game, puts the first points on the board for the Eagles. Enough time for Aaron Rodgers to take a shot down the field before halftime.
You cannot do that, son. Not in the playoffs when everyone's home watching you. That ball's in your basket. Take it to the house, baby.
James Jones cannot corral it, and Aaron Rodgers almost had a 21-3 lead at the half. Instead, it's 14-3 at the half, after which the Packers get the ball first. 3rd and 2 deep in their own end. Rodgers trying to do something himself. Instead, the ball is loose. The Eagles setting up shop in quality field position as Darryl taps it away, and Jaquay Parker recovers for the Eagles right on the Packers 24.
Sometimes you got to learn just to tuck it and take the sack.
Next Eagles play. 2 plays later, here's Avant over the middle.
Beautiful throw, up and down throw over the nickel back between the 2 safeties. Michael Vick can slice up a 2-deep zone.
4-point game. Rodgers gets the ball back. How does he respond? By coolly finding Donald Driver over the middle plus side of the field.
3rd and 10. I didn't understand why the Philadelphia Eagles did not blitz and gave that man too much time to complete that.
Next play, here's James Starks again, 19 yards down to the Eagles 30. 5 plays later, 2nd and goal as they're moved back onto the 16. No big deal as Brandon Jackson waits for the posse to come before him, and he walks in untouched on the screen pass. 21-10 Packers. No holds called on James. James Jones couldn't hold on to the pass before that, but he sure looks like
that tackle. That quarterback has to keep trying to run through that to the tackle. Then it'll get seen as a whole.
The running back was 230.
Eagles are down 11. Vick makes a play on 3rd and 14. It was at that point in the drive at one point 1st and 25, and they convert it. Later on in the 4th quarter, 3rd and short. Can't convert that. LaShawn McCoy stopped by Clay Matthews, and Andy Reid says, all right, we're down 2 scores. Let's bring on the Pro Bowl kicker.
Why not?
Akers missed once. You can't miss twice.
No, not twice.
No.
He did. No, he did. No, he did.
Wide right. So instead of being 21-16, it's still 21-10. 13 minutes to go potentially in the Eagles season. Packers get the ball back on 3rd and 3. Rodgers flips it out to Donald Driver. A huge moving of the chains. First down.
Nice blitz read.
3 plays later, 3rd and short. John Kuhn stopped by Moisey Foku. So that's Foku on Kuhn violence right there. That's good. Packers forced to punt. Next Eagles possession. Vic to Avant. 6-yard gain on 3rd and 5. Move the chains.
Your feet, you can go for a while if you catch that run.
2 plays later on the Packers. 34. Vic finds LaShawn McCoy, checking it down, and McCoy makes a play, takes it into the red zone to the Packers 18.
Great job scrambling around, and Michael knew where his check down was.
2 plays later, looks for Brent Selleck, no relation to Bud Selleck of Major League Baseball, inside the 5-yard line, the Packers 3. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. Vic calls his own number at 7, but he can't come up with 6. He's short of the goal line. What does Andy Reid do? He's got a big ring on his finger, and he makes a timeout thing with his hands.
Do what you do, Mike Vick.
And he does on 4th and goal. Decides to go for it. If he's stuffed there, the game's possibly over. Instead, it's a touchdown. What do you do, Steve?
The chart says go for 2, Rich.
And they go for 2. Andy Reid's got the chart, but what he doesn't have is a 2-point play that works. Even though Selleck does catch the ball, we've got a hat. We got 2 flags. He steps out of bounds, does reestablish his feet, though. The reason why that's important is if he didn't do that, it would have been an incomplete attempt. No 2 points. Instead, it is a penalty. Move it 5 yards back. Now try it from the 7. What do you do, Steve?
The chart says go for 2 again.
And they do.
Oh,
they can't even get the ball out.
Great rush. Great blitz.
Rush up the left side to make sure Michael Vick never get a step.
And what he does is turn his ankle. Comes up gimpy. Rodgers comes back on the field.
No!
Rodgers comes back on the field and hands it to James Starks.
Look at this guy go, the rookie from Buffalo.
He don't know any better, Mooch.
123 rushing yards, most by a Green Bay rookie back in postseason history for the Green Bay Packers. However, that's all they would get as the big sack is made on Aaron Rodgers by the Philadelphia defense, and Keenan Clayton forces him to punt. And guess who?
No, they won't punt to him, will they?
They should have punted it to Delaware. It's Deshaun Jackson.
Stay in your lanes. Stay in your lanes. Who has contained? Who has
You trying to get paid? They finally get him down, and there's a flag, too.
A flag.
So even if he did run it back, it would have been called back. Gerard Lawson called for holding. That's where the Eagles start their drive, needing 66 yards to advance to Chicago in the divisional round next week. Here's Deshaun Jackson. Can he break free? Almost did.
Almost going to the house.
Deshaun Jackson with a 28-yard gain. Next play, Vic from the Packers 38 over the middle of Brent Selleck. Overthrows him. Nick Collins unloads. He does not hit him in the head or neck. He does not launch. He hits him right in the gut. There is no penalty.
That's a good hit. That'll be on the film next year. This is how you hit a defenseless receiver in the gut.
3 plays later, 42 ticks left. Vic for the end zone is picked. Tramon Williams ends the final gasp for the Philadelphia Eagles and sends the Green Bay Packers to Atlanta next week. It is the very first career playoff win for Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers.